We've all heard the first Thanksgiving story. Pilgrims and Native Americans sharing a peaceful feast. Cute. Also nowhere close to reality. Here's what actually happened. In 1620, 102 Mayflower passengers were blown off course into Massachusetts and hit winter head-on. With no shelter, they spent months living on the ship as cold, hunger, and disease tore through them. By spring, only 52 survived, and just one woman made it through the winter. Meanwhile, the Wampanoag were reeling from a recent epidemic that had wiped out up to 90% of some coastal villages. Their leader, Massasoit, knew his people were vulnerable, especially with the stronger Narragansett nearby. So when starving English settlers appeared, he wasn't looking for friendship, but a potential ally. Jump to fall 1621. Thanks to Squanto, the colonists finally pulled off a successful harvest. To celebrate, they fired guns and cannons because subtlety hadn't been invented yet. The Wampanoag heard the gunfire and thought the English were preparing for conflict. So around 90 Wampanoag men arrived armed to figure out what was going on. When they realized it wasn't a war drill, Massasoit shifted gears. He decides to stay for the party, and the whole thing turned into a 3-day gathering. And the food, this wasn't Grandma's Thanksgiving dinner, this was a frontier cookout. The Wampanoag brought 5 deer. The English added wild fowl, mostly ducks and geese, maybe a wild turkey or two. Who knows? There was corn, but not corn on the cob. Think cornmeal mush and nasaump. They had squash, beans, onions, turnips, pumpkins, plus native fruits like grapes and unsweetened cranberries, and nuts like walnuts and chestnuts. And because Plymouth sat on the coast, seafood like clams, mussels, and eels almost definitely showed up. The 1621 feast helped cement several years of cooperation, trade, and mutual defense between Plymouth and the Wampanoag. A rare period of stability before everything unraveled. But as thousands more English settlers poured in, land seizures and broken agreements shattered the fragile peace. By the 1670s, everything collapsed into King Philip's War, one of the deadliest conflicts in early American history. The real first Thanksgiving wasn't a cozy Hallmark moment, but the true story is way more interesting. It's about wilderness survival, unexpected guests, and a 3-day feast that no one planned.